All right, what's up, you guys and gals? Third time's a charm. Third time we've tried to film this video. This is Dan, the old man, Team 520. We're here with Jason. He's giving us a deck profile of his Black Luster Soldier Blue Eyes deck. It's a good deck. You know us. You know how we work here. You can get those meta decks anywhere. You know, we don't do that here. We're going to give you decks that you're not going to see everywhere. You know, there's people that may be interested in playing a Black Luster Soldier, but they're not sure where to start out. So that's what we want to give people. We want to give people what they're not going to see everywhere. So let's get this started, Jason.
Sure. All right. As with every ritual deck you'll ever see, you're always going to run three of that guy. And if you don't know what Manju does, he just searches out a ritual monster or spell and adds it to the hand. And it doesn't really have a specific target, whatever you want it to be.
That thing is one ugly motherfucker, too.
Oh, yeah, it's ugly. And this is kind of the MVP of the deck. This guy. Well, he's one of the MVPs. There's 3 MVPs.
That dude, his artwork is awesome, too.
He's super cool.
Really cool.
He's easily the strongest Black Luster Soldier this game has ever created. So his effect, when his inherent effect he has to himself, is that when he destroys a monster, your opponent takes damage equal to the attack of that monster. So essentially, if he attacks a monster in attack mode, it's always a 3,000 hit.
There you go.
And if he gets destroyed, he summons a guy. I don't run guys, so that second effect's worthless to me. So that's the Black Luster Soldiers. Now, I'm going to show you both of them. These are the pieces you will always use to make Black Luster Soldier. These 4 little guys. These are the little pieces that make them. So when you use both of these to ritual summon one of these guys right here, one of these, when you ritual summon him with these guys, he gets all these effects. So he can, once per turn, banish a monster your opponent controls, obviously like Envoy at the beginning. And with this guy, since he has all of Envoy at the beginning's effects, he can also attack twice per turn. Essentially, if you know what the Twilight Black Luster Soldier and the Envoy at the beginning Black Luster Soldier does, it gives him both the effects, but he doesn't have the same stipulations, whereas with Envoy at the beginning, if you banish something, you can't attack. He can still attack.
Right.
In reality, he can use all the effects. There's no choosing. You can just banish from the hand.
Take it easy, man.
And attack twice. So, in essence, this guy, if left alone and not stopped, can get rid of 4 monsters on the board while dealing 6,000 damage.
So you want to deal with this guy
bad. If he's left to his own,
fast in a hurry.
If he's left to his own devices, he will wipe a board.
Right.
Just by himself.
Do not let him stay on the field, people.
There is also one stipulation to him. You can only summon 1 per turn of these guys.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's kind of the shitty thing. It's like they made the deck balanced or something weird.
It's like we're playing Magic or something.
I know. What? Weird. It's like, it's like the colors.
Some balance in Yu-Gi-Oh? No, never.
You mean I can't just summon 9 cards? He's great, though. Obviously, you're going to run him. He's the OG Black Luster Soldier that people probably remember. Unless they watch the old kid show, then they remember the original monster.
I love it. You mentioned balance. They balance these guys out, and then you got Zeus.
Oh, you got Zeus, you got True Draco, all that shit. So it's really cool when you summon him, and you say you summoned him prior off a ritual card, and you go to summon him and banish these 2. They both have one more inherent effect to them. When they're banished, they search out a ritual spell and a ritual monster. So essentially, he sets the board for a whole other play when he just enters the board. So if you get these 2 on board, you get another guy.
So if he was at 3, this would be
a very good deck, actually.
Amazing, yeah.
It might not be tier 1, but it'd be a lot more competitive.
3 Rotas to search those little guys, too.
Oh, yeah, 3 Rotas.
Awesome. Yeah.
You would see me make this... I'd make this deck much different.
Right.
All right.
3 Rotas would just make it more consistent.
Oh, definitely. And now we're going to go into the Blue Eyes part of it. So, obviously, Blue Eyes right there. The alternates right here.
There we go.
Yeah, that's, you're running Blue Eyes, you're going to see that. That's it.
Right.
Not much to it. He's a free summon off him. Whoopee, he pops something. Free 3,000 beat stick. Pretty nice for a ritual deck. So at least if they debury you, you put something on the board.
Right, yeah, you're putting a 3,000 body out there.
You did something. I mean, it's probably not going to win, but you did something better.
You gave yourself something to defend yourself, yeah.
But the real reason you're running the Blue Eyes engine is for this dude. That dude's awesome.
Nice, very nice.
Especially with Chaos Form being able to work on Black Luster Soldiers, you essentially have 6 ritual cards in the deck that can summon a Black Luster Soldier.
Right.
And is these guys. And on top of that, when you go and use Envoy at the beginning to fetch these guys, you banish these for Envoy at the beginning, the guy you're fetching is him.
Yeah.
So that way you follow up two Black Luster Soldiers with a Chaos Max. So now you have 10,000 damage on board. You can banish a bunch of monsters.
GG.
And whatever they have in defense mode is about to get ran over.
Yeah.
So
Double
he's obviously
piercing.
really good. And he has a lot of his own protection. So he's a pain in the ass to get rid of. So he's not an easy to out monster. You can't Dryden him. He's going to run Dryden over. He might die in the process when they whiptail him, but he got rid of Dryden. All right, now we're going to go into the spells. So that's all the monsters. So these are the spells. This is the Black Luster Soldier ritual spell that I use. I like him because if you have him in the hand, or him, it's irrelevant which one. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
It allows you to ritual summon your dude right here. Allows you to ritual summon him from the hand or graveyard, which is really good because he just makes him discard fodder. You don't take a loss to lose him.
Right, you can dump him in.
Which is super good for a ritual deck because a lot of ritual decks don't do well with discarding because they need all the resources in hand.
And he's what, a level 8?
Yep. So he's a trade-in target.
Yeah, trade-in target as well. Yeah, so that's pretty good.
So he's a really good trade-in target. So and that's the nice thing is like before this you had Super Soldier Ritual, which wasn't bad, but you needed them both in the hand to get all the cool effects.
Right.
It had a cool effect where you could banish a light in the dark, and you would get Black Luster Soldier ignoring its summoning condition. But as you can tell, he's only good if you have these effects on him.
Right.
You have to have these effects for him to even be worth a damn, because other than that, he's a 3,000 vanilla beater.
Right.
And that's not scary. You need all the effects. So now we're gonna go to the ritual cards. More of them, Chaos form. There you go. That's for Chaos Max and blue. Oh, we'll flip it. And also Black Luster Soldier can be summoned off of it. It works on both. And the great thing about Chaos Form is that Blue Eyes is in the graveyard. You just banish the Blue Eyes. Ta-da, I have a blue Chaos Max Dragon. Or Black Luster Soldier, whatever you want. And then, I run one of these. You don't have to run it. I really like the card, though. Because you run these guys in the deck. Now, you have a way to summon Chaos Max or Black Luster Soldier. As long as you just have that ritual card, you can always summon them. Because you're using the deck for material now.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I don't run it at 3, though. These guys, I only run 2 of that and 1 of these. Just because it's still mostly a Black Luster Soldier engine. It's not a Blue Eyes engine.
Right.
Or else you'd start seeing, like, Sage's Eyes of Blues and Ancients.
Yeah, and then you're just getting into a Blue Eyes deck.
Yeah, it's a Blue Eyes deck. You'd take the whole Black Luster Soldier engine out of it.
Right, and just run Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. Alright. Now, this is the interesting card. People really don't know about this card.
Gateway to Chaos.
That card's actually worth like $12, I think. But, Black Luster... So when it's activated, you activate this. It adds a Black Luster Soldier or a Gaia to your hand. As you can tell, I don't run Gaia, so I'm not obviously grabbing a Gaia, but I'm grabbing a Black Luster Soldier. What makes it good, though, and why it's even worth any money, is because as long as it's face up on the field, every time a monster on either side of the field leaves the field to the graveyard or goes from the hand to the graveyard, it gets a counter up to 6. So, if you lead off your turn with that and you discard a bunch of cards to make plays, you get to search for a ritual card right after that. And it will search for any ritual card. There's no stipulations. It doesn't need to say Black Luster Soldier or anything like that. It just searches for a ritual card. So it's like kind of like Manju, but doesn't search. It'd be really broken if it searched for a ritual monster.
Right.
That'd be super awesome, but it doesn't. Alright, get rid of him. Now we're gonna go Melody of Awakening Dragon. Because Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
Trade in.
Because Blue Eyes and BLS.
Yep. Twin Twisters because fuck back row.
Yeah, back row sucks.
And we're going to go Pot of Desires for more draw power. I honestly wouldn't suggest running this. You run into an issue where you banish top 10 cards of your deck and you lose so much card advantage because a lot of this deck likes to play from the deck itself. And if you banish a lot of those pieces, you tend to run out of resources, especially since you don't run 3 of the Chaos Maxes.
You said you were going to change this out for Instant Fusion.
Yeah, I was going to try and build an actual extra deck variant of it. You don't have to. The deck runs fine without it. But until links come out, it's not a bad idea. I'm trying to make it competitive. I mean, I have a somewhat competitive deck. I have a DD deck and whatnot, but with everything, it's a fully complete DD deck. It's just not fun. It's not fun to play decks that are autopilot.
No.
There's no chance, no risk. You either find out if you're going to win or you're going to lose on the drawing turn. It's not really a card game at a certain point.
Right, exactly.
Card games are luck-based. They're supposed to be luck-based. That's why it's a card game.
Right.
If it was supposed to be predetermined to be like a video game. And then Rhoda, obviously. Because you gotta get these little guys in your hand.
Yeah, like I said, if this card was at 3, it would really
Oh yeah,
bring the
this deck would
consistency
do
of this
great.
deck up. Yeah,
I might even just scrap the blue eyes part of it altogether and just,
run the BLS.
Just have Chaos Max in there just because he's another dude to throw.
Right.
And the deck does suffer from the fact that rituals monsters have such a low pool. There's just not a lot of ritual monsters.
Yeah.
So you do kind of suffer. Because as you notice, I only have 2 different types of ritual monsters in my deck.
Right.
Grand totaling 5.
Right.
And
it's not Necroz anymore.
No, Necroz kind of ruined rituals forever by being too good. Now we can go into, and there's no extra deck, obviously.
Right.
Now we can go into the side deck. You really only side deck, as you can see with this. You side deck if you have to go first. If you are forced to go first, you have to side.
Yeah, I like this because it shuts your opponent down for 2 turns.
It will ruin Zoo.
My Fluffles, this was a great side deck card for me. If they made me go first, I would Grisaille Prison, shuts him down for 2 turns.
That card with that card's essentially, or even a full built Blackluster Soldier, that's a win.
Yeah.
You won.
Right.
You're not losing.
Zodiacs, you flip this card over on them, they hate you.
Yeah.
They fucking hate you.
I don't know how long it'll be good once Link comes out, but as of now, it's still pretty good. And it's really cheap. You can get the commons for like probably not even $1.
Yeah, it's an inexpensive card. Even the super rares inexpensive.
Yeah, they're very cheap because people don't want them. They still want D-Barrier. Which D-Barrier is objectively a better card.
Right, because it takes care of everything.
Yeah, but I run Ritual, so I can actually play D-Barrier.
Right.
I run Strike. That's probably the most expensive card that's ran with this at all. And, it's Strike. There's not really much more to explain.
Another reprint coming, guys. Just wait a couple months. Another reprint coming.
It might go to $25.
Right.
Solemn Warning because, I just
Solemn Brigade.
Oh, Solemn Brigade, why not? And this card right here, oh, man, this card can win you the duel. Had I not fucked up against a Dino deck, I would have won. Skill Drain. Skill Drain with a Chaos Max on board is a win.
Yeah.
It's just a win. They're not going to run that over unless they Regeki it. And, of course, I throw Soul Drain. The deck doesn't actually inherently do anything from the graveyard. Everything else is an effect outside of the graveyard interacting with it.
Right.
So you can use Soul Drain just fine, and it will never hurt you, but it might hurt some other decks. Like if you ran into, like, say, a lawn mowing zombie deck or a Lightsworn deck, it might hurt them.
Hey, screw you.
Yeah. I tried, though, to see if I could get Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure, because obviously those... That
inherently better.
It just ruins people. But the issue is if you have those cards, you can't use the Blackluster Soldier Ritual spell or Advanced Ritual spell, Advanced Ritual Art.
Right.
So you kind of have that problem. So that's the floodgate you would side in to go second. And I have a couple choices, like kind of your generic go.
Raigeki Darkhold.
If I lost the first game, I got board white for Zoo.
Right.
And then of course my Kaiju selection, 2 Gamma Seals, and that guy. If you ever draw him, he's great.
Yeah, raw sphere mode.
Yeah, he can just clear a whole board by himself. And a lot of times with Zoo, they're making 4 dudes on board. Oh, it took out most of your board. Oh, that's a shame. That really sucks.
Board white, but he's expensive too.
And you can't, even if they negate it, the damage is already done.
Right. And then, of course, 2 Gamma Seals.
Yeah,
I actually
it's trade-in fodder.
I actually main deck him in my Fluffles.
I'll probably end up taking this out and just going with a 3rd Gamma Cell I just recently got.
Yeah.
Because Gamma Cell's a trade-in target, and this card's very situational. Like, some decks it just won't work against because it just, like, even this deck, odds are most that board is 2 monsters. That's usually what happens. That's not going to stop me. Right. Whereas Gamma Seal or any Kaiju would have stopped me. Or hampered me severely. So.
Kaijus are just the new broken.
Oh, I hope they get banned, to be honest. All right, so if you want, we can go into some combos.
Yeah, let's do a few.
All right.
Let's do those BLS combos.
I gotta figure out what I had separate. I gotta separate some things. So you guys go over here. Okay, now we got it. So we'll do a generic combo, like say you open up with that. Manju, obviously, if you ever open with Manju, it's a great combo. And this is kind of your generic one. This is a very basic generic combo. This is barring like the other 2 cards don't even exist.
Right.
Keep that in mind. This is like if they didn't exist at all and couldn't it all be played. So this is a generic combo. So you can Gateway to Chaos. So here you go. It activates. You add. A moment. I should have set him aside, but I'm an idiot. Blackluster Soldier. You add it to the hand.
That dude.
And then obviously you're going to play Manju, and you're going to get your Ritual Spell. This is just kind of a generic way to summon Blackluster Soldier. You activate that as this guy's in the hand, right? He's in the hand.
Right.
You throw him. And then you're going to search the deck for his little buddy, the white one, and throw him. So now when you board Blackluster Soldier, he's going to have all the effects, and he's going to be awesome. You don't really want to be making Blackluster Soldier unless you use this. This is the most efficient way to make him. Not efficient, but it nets you a better monster.
Right.
On top of the fact, since Gateway's on the field, you just got a counter for every time. And say if he runs 2 monsters over, you get 2 counters. Main phase 2, you remove 3, search for a ritual card, whatever you want.
Then you showed the combo where if you have BLS in hand, that you search for the
you
Chaos Max. You showed that one.
You mean the combo that makes this deck look tier 1?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go Chaos, and then we'll throw. You don't need BLS. One of you, and you. For this combo, it actually makes the deck look like it's tier 1. And the third card really doesn't matter, right? So you do want to see these a lot. I don't run the terraforming just because at a certain point the deck's too crowded as it is.
Right.
And that's not exactly a make or break it card. It can be. And obviously you'd be going second. So we're going to say that's the third card. So you drew. These cards are irrelevant to this combo.
Look if you're a magician.
Bye. All right. So first, you're going to start the basic combo. You get him, you activate, you get him. Keep in mind, every time you activate Gateway to Chaos, these guys better be in the deck or you cannot activate that card.
Right.
It is not a choice. It is part of the summoning. It's part of the activation. All right, so now you have a Blacklist Soldier. All right, he's in hand. So now we're going to Manju. Manju obviously is going to do what we did last time. So the play is going to start out the exact same way. But with him in hand, he creates a whole new dynamic to this. So obviously, you're going to activate, pitch to the graveyard right over here. You're going to pitch his buddy, get a counter. And you're going to pitch his buddy. So now Blacklist Soldier got all the effects, right? All right, cool. But now, you have the material to make him. So you're going to banish these 2. It's going to summon him. However, this, and I really wish this deck had a more efficient means to banish these, because these guys are super good. Right. These guys are essentially Manju when they banish. So let me see which one this is. This is, all right, this one is, this is for the ritual spells, and this is for the ritual monsters. So when they both banish, I get to search my deck for a ritual spell and a ritual monster. Right. No stipulations. It's not Blackluster Soldier. It could be whatever I want. And since you all know, since I just showed you, you're going to go for Chaos Max. And say you didn't have the material to make Chaos Max. This is another reason why I like Advanced Ritual Art. Because now you can almost always summon Chaos Max at least one time.
Right.
So these are off. So banish off into Oblivion because they're irrelevant now. So now you have these 2 cards in hand, right? We'll flip them so people can see. So you already got a pretty impressive board. That's not bad. 3,000, 3,000, and a devastating 14,000 damage by Manju.
Right.
Manju's obviously going to just take out everything.
Yeah, 1,400, yeah.
You're going to advance Ritual Art, and you're going to huck a Blue Eyes, which is great because you're running the Blue Eyes. This is one of the main reasons I run this card.
Right.
Blue Eyes goes into the graveyard, and now you have a Chaos Max. So just your generic opening, just by having him in the hand, net a whole other monster.
Right.
It's a shame because you really can't have... what do you call it? You really can't have you can't do that a lot because you're basing it off of drawing 1 card.
Right.
And that's kind of the shitty thing that he's still limited, even though he's not the worth limiting anymore because the game is. And that's kind of that's like a really good opener. Like every time I see him and I can make him, it always ends well.
Yeah.
If I can get him out and then play him next, I can get Chaos.
There's no reason you shouldn't win game if you can put this board
that
together.
board right there, unless they torrential tribute me and negate most of my board, well, I still have Chaos Max.
Right.
But you're usually going to win because he's attacking twice. He's banishing 2 monsters as well. He can attack twice as well. Or banish. Well, granted, you lose that damage, but it's a little relevant. He also can pure. So, I mean, you can wipe the board out.
Right.
There's no way you can't deal lethal damage. If you were playing 2s, you could essentially do lethal damage on that almost.
Right.
And we can also show some of the Blue Eyes combos of why they're in the deck.
I think people mostly know the Blue Eyes combos.
All right.
We're at 20 minutes here, so... But, man, that's an awesome deck, dude. I really appreciate you showing that. That's what we try to do here on Team 520. So I think going into Link, this deck's going to get a lot better. I think if we can get Broda back at 3, this deck's going to be a lot better.
They're not going to do that.
Well, we can hope.
Yeah, you can hope for a lot of things.
I played Constellars, and it was still pretty competitive until they got rid of my Rhoda.
Yeah, this deck would be a lot more competitive with a Rhoda because it would more consistently get the little pieces in the hand.
Right.
What can you do?
But thanks for showing it, man. And that's why we love people like you and Everett, and because you guys aren't out there playing meta, you guys aren't out there, showcasing.
Well, I do play meta from time to time,
right? But you guys are like to play stuff like this too and showcase stuff like this. So we appreciate that. That's what we're about here on Team 520, man. So guys, we're over here at Showtime Games and Comics in Tucson, Arizona. The locals here are good. They're off the chain, so come on down.
Yeah.
Play at Showtime, guys. If you're in Tucson, let's have some fun. Robert and George and the staff over here will take good care of you. And when you guys come say hi to Jason. Come say hi to Everett. Come say hi to Dan, the old man. And let's play Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. All right. 520 out. Thanks, guys.